Panic or patience? I'm going to give you a couple different teams, and you're going to tell me, are we hitting the panic button or slow your roll? Like, be patient.
Okay.
Everything's going to be okay. All right? Our first team, Julio's team, the Mariners. Are we hitting the panic button or are we being patient?
Okay, so I'm not hitting the panic button on Julio.
Yeah.
But I am on this team.
Ooh.
I think a lot of the additions that this team made haven't worked very well. And this isn't even, we can talk about Robbie Ray and how he was supposed to be a big part of the rotation and is now going to miss the entire season, unfortunately. But AJ Pollock, who was brought in to be an important platoon guy at minimum for this team, is batting 138 on the year. Teoscar Hernandez batting 215. Then you have Julio, who I said I'm not worried about, but right now hitting 205. I am worried. I'm worried because the reason I was a huge believer in this team is because of the pitching staff. And then you lose Robbie Ray, and it gets a little more questionable. And I'm really struggling to come around on this offense. I mean, you have guys that you brought in to really bolster the offense, but were they the right pieces? I didn't know from the beginning of this season if they did enough in the offseason to capitalize on being one of the best young, exciting teams in the game of baseball. And then look at where they are right now. They're in 4th place in the AL West.
Yep.
With getting contribution from Jared Kelenic that you didn't think. I mean, he's been one of the best players in baseball this year. Are you going to get that all year long? He's been a savior for this team to start the year. Can you count on him all year long? I don't know. Probably not to be as good as he's been all year long because he's been unbelievable. I am panicking a little bit with this Mariners team for all of those reasons.
Yeah, as you mentioned, being 4th in the AL West right now is really tough when you have the Rangers playing as great as they are. Angels are doing everything they can to be in contention by the trade deadlines. You know they're going to be pushing. And then the Astros haven't been playing their best baseball. They're in 3rd place. You know they're going to figure it out and come back and be great as well. So they have a steep hill to climb if they want to be in contention and make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, speaking of the Angels being in contention at the trade deadline, I saw something Thursday that said, there was a report that came out that said the Angels have to have a complete collapse to even consider trading Shohei. So by all accounts, but a complete collapse. I mean, they'd have to be like 20 games out of it, but
okay.
We'll see.
Okay, moving on to our next team.
Yep.
In the same division, in the AL West, the Houston Astros. You hitting the panic button or just be patient?
So with the Astros, I'll say be patient. They're also right around the 500 mark, 19 and 18. But here's the reason I'm not panicking yet. And there are reasons to panic, obviously. Luis Garcia out for the year with Tommy John. What is going on with Lance McCullers? What's his deal? Some question marks there. However, the Astros are notoriously slow starters throughout this entire stretch of them turning into a potential, if not already, dynasty. You have Jose Altuve, who hasn't played a game this year, who will be coming back at the fairly soon. I think within a month he should be on his comeback trail. Michael Brantley will be back. I know he had a brief little, I think they shut him down on his rehab stint, but I don't think that's a huge cause for concern. Apparently it's just like a little pause. So Michael Brantley. There are question marks again with Jose Abreu, who was the big signing, who does not have a home run yet this year, who's batting .218 with not a single home run. That's a problem, especially frustrating when you look around and the guy that you replaced in Yuli Gurriel is hitting .256 with 3 homers. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying not patient or be patient because Framber Valdez in that rotation, Hunter Brown has been really good as well. Christian Javier is a potential ace of a staff at some point. Pitching rotation, fine. Offense will be fine, and they're only going to continue to get healthier, on top of them notoriously being slow starters. So I'll say be patient with the Astros.
All right, next team. The Cleveland Guardians. You hitting the panic button or be patient?
Oh, I'm panicking with them.
Yeah?
I mean, it's been historically bad offensively. Just the 9th team since the year 2000 to have a 325 slugging percentage through the first 37 games of the year. They are dead last offensively in runs, homers, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, dead last in all of those. I'm very concerned about this Guardians team, and I don't see how you can't be hitting the panic button because the offense has been absolutely abysmal. So panic for the Guardians.
All right. Moving to New York, the Mets. Panic or patience?
I'm panicking if I'm the Mets as well. Right around the 500 mark. They've been dealing with injuries all year long. Max Scherzer has been dealing with either pitching and not doing well or injuries, getting scratched in his last start. There's been a couple of different injuries, all which could be hindering him on the mound when he does pitch. The offense is clearly missing a bat. They're missing a bat. And Steve Cohen knew as much when he went to sign Carlos Correa, said, we need another bat. Well, they're clearly missing it. So there's been talks. Finally, I was very, very vocal about the Mets needing to call up their young guys. They call up Brett Beatty, and he's been very good. I also said they need to call up Ronnie Mauricio, and they need to switch his position and let him play somewhere else because Lindor is obviously going to play shortstop. Well, guess what? They did that. He's now playing another position in the minors, and all talks are that Ronnie Mauricio could get called up here within the coming days even. So to me, that screams they're hitting the panic button. What do we do? Yep. Offensively, we're reaching. We have nothing. We're really, really struggling. They're getting outscored in the first inning of games this year, 34-9. Oof. And with an offense that's struggling and a team that's supposed to be built around pitching that has a lot of injuries on the pitching side, starting a game from behind is very difficult for them. So they have a lot of holes, health being one of them. Pitching-wise, obviously Justin has come back and has put together one good start and one very good start. That's big for them. They need to get healthier in the pitching rotation. And offensively, I think it's time to keep calling up the young guys because the current status quo of the offense has not been working for the New York Mets.
All right, staying in New York, the New York Yankees. Are we panicking or just be patient?
I think this one's going to surprise some people. I am panicking with the New York Yankees.
Okay.
Now, their record says fine, right? They're in fine shape.
They're in last place in the East.
Yes. However.
Okay.
But that's why.
Yeah.
Record-wise, they'd be in first place in the AL
Central. But they're in
Central.
Probably the toughest division with Tampa, Baltimore, Boston, the Blue Jays, and then the Yankees.
As much as Yankees fans don't want to admit it, I think they will admit the Rays are the real deal.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit it, but the Jays are the real deal. And you also don't want to admit it, but the Baltimore Orioles are the real deal. So and the Red Sox have been a surprise so far. Do I think the Red Sox make the playoffs? I do not, but I could be wrong there because they're playing good. So you have all of these teams to jump on top of the team not playing very well. Obviously, Aaron Judge just came back, but they ran into the Oakland A's that they desperately needed to play, took care of business there. But the reason I'm panicking, they're in the bottom half of the league in both batting average and OPS. Offensively has been a struggle for them. The Carlos Rodon situation is just a head scratcher. What is going on? He resumed his throwing activities and then was again shut down, got a cortisone shot, and now there's no timetable for him to return. It was said that there was no pain, but he was just dealing with not feeling exactly right. But to me, a cortisone shot says pain. There is pain there. But then he's dealing with this injury with his back that he doesn't know what's going on there.
They think it's chronic, chronic pain.
Right.
So you're just living with that for your life.
So if you're just living with that, you gotta you have to start this process of learning how to pitch with it.
Yeah, you gotta deal with it.
Imagine.
Maintain and manage pain for the rest of your life.
Which sounds
horrible.
Very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So I'm apparently his arm issue which arises in the offseason or in spring training is better, but now you're dealing with this. When does he return? Nobody knows. Nestor Cortez had so far this year a 4.74 ERA. There are big concerns with this Yankees team, and a lot are injury related, yes, but others aren't injury related, and others are also schedule and division related. They are in some trouble, so I am panicking, though their record is pretty good right now.
All right, and our final team, in panic or be patient, are the Philadelphia Phillies. What are you doing?
I am being patient with the Phillies. They are finally starting to get a little more healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Harper just comes back. Offense is getting there. They're getting healthier this weekend with Ranger Suarez set to make his first start. That is huge for them. Alex, you and I saw in the postseason how huge of an arm he is for that team. He adds much needed depth to a rotation with Wheeler and Nola where they desperately need pitching. And look, I've watched a lot of Phillies games over the past week. Craig Kimbrell looks really good. The guy's throwing 99 now. He's punching out guys. He's finishing games for them. Am I a believer in Craig Kimbrell yet? No, but he does look a lot better. There are reasons to be optimistic with this Phillies team. Suarez coming back, Harper being back, the team getting healthier. And I am being patient right now with the Phillies. With their offense, they're capable of rattling off a huge win streak when they get hot.
Which I feel like if we asked you this maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe it would have been the other way around. But there has been a change. There has been a shift, which is nice to see.
Yeah, Suarez coming back is very important. And they've been your up and down for like 4 times this year.
They're a roller coaster. They've had a roller coaster season. They've been like really great, and then it's like, what's going on, Phillies?
Yeah, and
be better.
I truly don't think this offense has scratched the surface of what they will be. I do believe this is one of the best offenses in baseball.
Marsh has changed his swing and approach, and just has become this incredible offensive force.
So patience with the Phillies.